Who's in here with me? Sound off. 4 people watching? Let's go. Benjamin, Mark, how's it going? I'm doing all right. I'm stressing out. I just blew right into the mic because there was fuzz on the mic cover. Hold on. This is going to be a weird sound, but that's going to drive me nuts. Whoa. Oh, where are my Allen wrenches at? That's too big. Or is it? That's the one, baby. Yeah, it's a little too big. Well, maybe. Seems like it's the right wrench. Yeah, it is. Oh no! There we go. What? Yeah, use that. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. There's 6 of you watching. Let's try something. I'm sure someone else has done this, but let's try it. I've created a Discord server just for this, for you guys, for the people hanging out with me. So Let's do this. I'm going to post a comment. There you go. So that'll let you join this Discord to hang out with me. In fact, let me go get my headset. Oh, wait, I've got, yeah, let me go get my iPods. Hold on. AirPods. iPods. Oh. All right. Ooh. Ew. Brother, ugh. That is gross. Brother, What's wrong with my ears? Blech. Why is, ugh, jeez. That is so gross. Ugh. All that was, oh, God, oh, guy. I cannot believe that. That's probably should have done this live while streaming, but bull. Guys, every once in a while, check to make sure there's not just a bunch of gross shit in your earbuds. Okay, come on. Shit. That won't come out of there. Hey, did you hear that Scott Kurtz is streaming work? Oh, I'm a big fan of his art. What's his stream like? Oh, yesterday he was cleaning earwax out of his AirPods for about 20 minutes because that's how much there is in there. And I threw up twice. So I'm never listening again. I don't have the right tool for that job. Okay. So apparently my left ear is way worse than my right ear because there's hardly anything in the right earbud. What's this? Will that work? I need a different tool. Get out of there. Oh, I'm gonna vom. Gonna vom now. Ugh, why is anyone my friend? I'm disgusting. Angie's gonna leave me. I'm convinced of it now. All right. Ugh. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. That was a fun stream. Hello there. All right. Okay, now here's the bummer. Now I got to figure this out. So currently the audio is coming off of my mic. But if I want to talk to you guys on the stream via the Discord, I have to share the Discord screen as well. But I don't think StreamYard lets you share two things at once. Because I'm sharing my screen of art, I can't also share the audio of the Discord. Ooh. John.
What's up?
Oh, why is that coming over? Hold on. Why is my Mac not putting sound through my AirPods? Yeah, I don't either. It's some bullshit. It's
I'm on a Windows PC, so I have no idea.
Oh, I know why. Because Discord has a different set of rules. Okay, now you're coming through. So, just to confirm, no one can hear John talking. Well, the chat will tell me in a second. Well, you hear yourself not over my stream though. Yeah. You're very kind. Okay, so they're not hearing you. Okay, so StreamYard share two screens. What? You trust me, you guys aren't hearing them. Bu- 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 First options if you have multiple monitors. You can share your screen on either monitor. You can choose screen one or screen two, and if you have more screens, that will appear here. Can you? You can't share more than one window, can you? Extra camera, slides in PDF, video file. Uh, I see. One of the reasons why I wanted to set this up where everyone is hanging, where people also have the Discord, is I don't always want to stream live every day, but I do want to hang out with you guys. Yeah, so if everyone was like hanging out in Discord, then I could stream to the Discord, which is yeah. You could watch everybody stream. Yeah, no, I mean, it would be really cool. It would be cool to build a community like that. It's what my Patreon Discord should be, but I'm looking to ditch Patreon, I think. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do this. Um, okay. Now talk. Yeah, go get them. I didn't know that Ty still made comics. Oh. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go back to streaming my art. Ouch. Which means no one's gonna hear you again. But we'll yeah, like I am. Um, but we'll mess with this some more. Um, yeah. All righty then. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. Anyway, yes. Good talking to you. All right. Okay. Now, oh, where the fuck did that's weird. Present. Share screen. Window. Clip. There. All right. Well, listen, we'll figure this out at some point for sure. And Simon, you're right. I could do this very easily through OBS. Currently, I'm using StreamYard. Um, uh, I appreciate it, John. I need to figure my shit out. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my Patreon. My Patreon was centered around me doing certain things that I'm not going to do now, and um, I need to I need to rethink 2025 basically, and I've got to get this book out the door. So I don't have time to worry about it right now. But yeah. So uh, anyway, I would like to have some kind of a community on Discord built around hanging out and uh, drawing because I really feel like this next 4 years, especially, it's going to be really important for people to feel like they have a safe place to go and create and decompress. And I do believe in the therapeutic um, benefits of art. So yeah, it's something I'll figure out when I have a little more time. But I've got to get this book out the door. Yeah, the cartoonist co-op is weird, John. I can't figure out. I was excited about that too, but yeah, I can't really figure out what that thing is supposed to be. The one I created today for us to mess around with is open. But it's really nothing right now. It's just kind of us messing around. Um, the Patreon Discord is not open. You have to be a member of the Patreon to get access to it, but it's kind of a moot point now because the Patreon isn't really delivering anything that it promised. One of the points of the Patreon was when I stopped doing PvP, I thought um, since advertising dried up, there's no really way to monetize a website like that with advertising anymore. I thought I would put my archives behind a paywall and make it all Patreon based, and that was a failure. It was a complete failure. It was a dumb idea, but what are you gonna do? So all it really did was mean no one saw my stuff. Um, no one looks at it. The only thing anyone on that Toonhound website even looks at is more. But I think you could make a Patreon work with new stuff. Like if I was posting new PvP strips or any comic strip, I could probably make you put it behind a paywall. That might work, but definitely not for old shit. Uh, so um, the Patreon is was like I don't really have any other source of income, and I need something. But let me tell you guys, man, I think Patreon and trying to make a Patreon work and generate income is a complete frickin' slog. A it is such a hustle, and I think it requires way more work and effort than it's worth. I think your time is better spent elsewhere. I think that the uh the the what am I trying to say? I think that the ROI is not there. Um, it's so hard to get people to join the Patreon, and then it's really hard to maintain them. And it's also one of the things that I don't like about Patreon is it's easy for people to forget that they signed up for the Patreon, and um and so they'll go because it's not a ton of money, right? It's not like a lot coming out of your account. But you'll forget that you signed up for the Patreon, and then you'll go 2 or 3 months, and then you realize, I've been paying for this for 6 months, and it's not really updating, or I'm not really getting what I want out of it." And so then you cancel it, which is fine. I feel like that is gonna put a bad taste in people's mouth. I think uh, I don't think that's good for your brand. Not that I have much of a brand left to, uh, to damage but at this point, but, yeah, I agree with Mark. I think Substack is a much better way to go, and, I think Substack has a much better, I think it's way easier to build a following, I agree. I think there's a huge difference in discovery on Substack. I think, um, since Substack works like a mailing list, I think it's easier to get people to see what it is you're doing, like, you have real analytics, like, whenever I post something on Substack, I know right away how many people saw it, um, how many people received the email, how many people opened the email, how many people clicked on a link if there was a link, like, it's comprehensive. I don't think I have anything that would be worth putting behind, like, a Substack paywall, but, um, I would rather use Substack to encourage people to, like, buy my book or something. So, I don't really have, like, a that much of a store right now, but that's something I wanna change in 2025. Um, And so, uh, yeah, again, Substack. Um, Patreon's like yelling into the void. Substack following gets bigger the more you put into it. I agree 100%, Mark. I could not agree more. I don't feel like Patreon is a way to monetize content. I feel like Patreon is content. It's committing to making content. You can't I don't think you can use it to effectively monetize content you've already made somewhere else. Some people are super, super successful with them, and I don't know. Jeff Jacks, who does, what is the name of Jeff Jacks' webcomic? Something Positive? Or was that Randy Milholland? Yeah, questionable content and Something Positive, I always mix up. Questionable content, okay. His Patreon, I think, is killer. Like, I think he's raking it in. Randy draws Popeye now. For King Features. All those guys always had such successful webcomics. Way more successful than mine. What? No, that can't be real. How? I'm sorry, I'm just I'm seeing this one post somewhere that that Trump wants to abolish the federal income tax, and everyone's really excited about that. Okay, so how does that work? If you abolish the federal income tax, then what? Um, how does anything run? I found PvP when I was still living in my country. It became so popular, it was a point of discussion in all comic conventions for years. What are you talking about? What country are you from? Why would my comic strip be a point of discussion at comic conventions? Ecuador. Really? So you're telling me that Comic Cons in Ecuador, you're hanging out and everyone's like, "Hey, we got to talk about PvP." Oh God, that's sweet because it's so good. My cat was a celebrity over there. What are you talking about? Scratch Fury? Scratch Fury was a celebrity in Ecuador. What do you mean? Okay. That's awesome. Well, he was a celebrity to me, man. I loved drawing Scratch. And I truly do miss the real Scratch Fury. I miss my buddy. He was a good cat, and, I miss him a lot. I got the real cat after the imaginary cat was invented, and, he lived up to the name. Scratch lived up to his namesake, for sure. He took that mantle very seriously. Brr. Oh, man. What's wrong with me? Oh, boy. You learned English listening to the 4 of you. Well, that's awesome. I know that, when Corey when my partner, my buddy, when he first came on to work with me, I had just left Image, um, and they had a bunch of, stock of unsold comics, and Corey was like, there's a lot of countries that a lot of places where you could just send those because there's people in other countries that wanna learn English and they like reading comics, and there's organizations that will take comics, um, you're selling them for pennies on the dollar, but rather than pulp them, send them because people are learning English reading comics. And I thought that was such a cool thing. Because 'Cause I'll never sell sell them, and I'm just spending money paying Diamond to keep them on a pallet. Um, so it made more sense to pulp them. So you just basically tell them, "Yeah, take them and throw them in a shredder." Um But this was an alternative to that, and I thought it was really a cool idea. Although it's probably a bad idea to try to learn English reading anything I wrote. That's probably not that's probably not a good advice. All right. Wow. Oh, I see. It helped learning slang, huh? I can see that. Okay. Hey, thank you, Benjamin. I mean, that made my day. Like to think that I'm always saying that you never really know how your work reaches people and affects people, and that it's always more than you imagine. And to know that my work had that effect on people, um, as you say, in Ecuador is awesome. Just it's just it's a real surprise. Honestly, I never would have in a million years thought that PvP would be a big deal like that there. Yeah, that blows my mind, John. I just I just don't see my work. I like it and I'm glad I did it and it made me happy to make it, but I just don't see it as influential in any way, shape, or form. I'm just now kind of getting it to where I'm happy with it. So I don't know. That's weird to me. My editor asked me to change this panel because it was confusing and I didn't agree at first, but now looking at it, I see it's completely confusing. So he's right, and I'm happy to change it. Oh, God, that Buttonfly Jeans commercial by Rob Liefeld. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that he got to do that with Spike Lee, by the way. People forget Spike Lee directed those commercials. I'm reading the chat. I think a lot of the mid 2000 comics have had a super important influence on the internet. When it was being formed, comics were the default entertainment for a long time. Yeah, it was. It was real. I remember telling everyone, like, this is a very finite period of time where we're a unique commodity because pretty soon it's going to be default that content is online. It's a novelty right now. We're a novelty, but it's not going to be a novelty very soon. Um, and we're just going to be, um, you know, one of everything that's currently online. So we did really benefit from a very uh, short period of time where we were unique. And it's like that line in Moneyball where he tells him like the first people through the door always get bloodied a little bit. They always get a bloody nose. So we definitely did. But it was worth it. It was fun. Oh, you got a job interview tomorrow with who? Fingers crossed for you, buddy. Oh, cool. Where in Europe are you? Oh, nice. Netherlands. I was just watching, I think it was the Netherlands. Um, this TikTok. Um, I think actually, I don't think they were in the Netherlands. I think they were in Norway. They were talking about what it would take to move to Norway. Maybe it was the Netherlands. I don't remember now. Um, but they were talking about like, okay, you want to move here because you heard that uh, things are better and life everyone here is happier, but you need to understand what happiness means here versus what it means in America, and that they have a word there for like there's a word there for a cozy home. Like it's important to the people there to have a cozy home life and to be home with your family, and that's more important than having like a social life where you're out all the time. And I was like, that sounds freaking great to me. Oh, so it was the Netherlands? Is that the word? No way. Oh. Jerk. You fooled me. Well, yeah. German's got those guttural sounds too. There's a lot of Uh, movie extravaganza. Um, Maybe. Do I think aggregator sites like Reddit, TikTok, and Facebook are to blame for people not going outside their internet homes anymore? People change the way they read the internet for sure. They want to do it through apps now. They want to do it on their phone more than they want to do it on a desktop. I think a lot of people used to sit down at their computers before they would work and hit all their favorite websites. I don't know that many people do that now. Everything's on your phone. So, um, yeah, I mean, I think someone smarter than me needs to figure that out, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't work a 9 to 5 job, but I imagine, like, do people do that when you go to work? Do you sit down and log in and just hit a bunch of websites? Like, is that even still a thing? I think everything went to shit with the fall of RSS. Yeah, I think Vivian is like many people that read comics now. It's all through Webtoons or Tapas or something. And yeah, it's all very manga-ish type stuff. Like it would be cool if someone like that wanted PvP because then you could like give it new life maybe somewhere else, but I don't think they'd even want it. So for a while I had my own app, but uh, that didn't even read very long. That didn't last super long. to go. Oh, I've actually got some real life errands to run today. Boo. All right. I will talk to you guys later. I got split. Thanks for keeping me company this morning.